All right, let's talk about what's next for AI, because we are on the verge of a leap that's going to completely rewire not just our relationship with technology, but maybe more importantly, our relationship with our money.
You know, right now, AI is pretty amazing at creating things for us. An email, an image, a quick summary. But we are about to enter a totally new era where AI doesn't just create, it acts. It has agency. You can give it a goal, and it will actually go out and execute a plan in the real world. And this is about to transform finance as we know it.
So let's get into it. It's time to meet with some are calling the digital employee. We're going to break down this huge shift from the generative AI we've all been playing with to this new, powerful agentic AI.
Okay, this slide just nails the difference perfectly. Think of the AI we have today, like ChatGPT, as a super smart intern. You give it a very specific command, summarize this, and it does it. But an agentic AI, that's more like a seasoned associate. You give it a high-level goal, a big idea, like optimize my portfolio, and it figures out the how. It plans, it strategizes, it acts. See the difference? One follows commands, the other achieves goals.
And the key word here, the one that changes everything, is autonomy. These are not just chatbots. We're talking about systems that are built to understand a goal, break it down into smaller steps, and then actually go and execute those steps in the digital world, all with very little hand-holding from us.
So what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, let's look at how this is creating self-driving money, and how it's already changing everything from our own bank accounts to the trading floors on Wall Street.
For most of us, our first real taste of agentic AI is going to be right there on our phones. Your banking app is about to go from being this passive thing you check once in a while to a proactive partner, a concierge that's actively managing your money for you.
And this is a perfect illustration of how. Just imagine this. Your AI agent is watching your spending habits, it knows your bills are coming up, and it predicts you might be a little short on cash in a few days. So it doesn't just send you a scary warning. No, it suggests a solution, a specific transfer, and with one single tap from you, boom, it executes the plan. It's going from telling you about problems to solving them before they even happen.
But hey, if that's what's happening in our personal bank accounts, you can just imagine the scale of this on Wall Street. In the big leagues, they're not just calling them agents, they're calling them cobots, collaborative robots that work side by side with human traders and analysts.
And these cobots are absolute powerhouses. I mean, they can do the kind of due diligence that used to take a whole team of analysts weeks to complete, but they do it in minutes. They act like a 24/7 compliance watchdog, flagging risky stuff in real time. And yeah, they can execute incredibly complicated trading strategies all by themselves, just to hit a specific financial goal.
This all sounds unbelievably powerful, right? So how in the world does it actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the technology stack that makes these digital employees tick.
It really breaks down into a simple three-part stack. First, you've got the brain. That's a huge, large language model that gives it the power to reason. Second, the tools. These are APIs, which are basically secure digital tunnels that connect the brain to the outside world. They let it see live data and actually do things. And then you have what is arguably the most important layer of all, the guardrails. This is a governance system with hard-coded rules to stop the agent from going rogue.
And believe me, those guardrails are absolutely critical. Because when you give AI the power to not just talk, but to do things, you introduce a whole new class of risk. When its mistakes have real-world consequences, things get scary fast.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? We've all seen AI get a fact wrong, and, it's annoying, but whatever. But when an agent that's controlling billions of dollars makes a mistake, well, that's not an inconvenience. That's a catastrophe.
And this is the danger we're talking about. Agent hallucination. This isn't just the AI making up a word. This is the AI making up an action. It might misread the market data or just invent a step in its plan that tells it to sell when it should be buying. And because it's autonomous, it can do all of this before a single human even has a chance to see what's happening.
So now take that one risk and multiply it. What do you think happens when the entire market is filled with thousands of these super fast agents all reacting to each other in milliseconds?
Well, the answer is the kind of thing that keeps regulators up at night. Total systemic failure. One agent's little hallucination could trigger a massive chain reaction, causing thousands of other agents to start selling off assets. It creates this vicious feedback loop that spirals into a flash crash, a sudden, insane market collapse that happens way too fast for any human to stop.
So how do we stop this nightmare scenario? Well, it all comes down to building those guardrails we talked about, creating a system where there is always a human over the shoulder.
And there's basically a three-pronged approach. First, you have hard-coded rules. Think of it like a constitution for the AI. Unbreakable limits, like spending caps, are baked right into its code. Second, you have verification steps. You force the agent to explain its reasoning, to literally show its work before it takes a big action, which gives a human the chance to spot an error. And finally, the ultimate failsafe, regulatory kill switches, a big red button that can shut the whole thing down in an instant.
So to wrap this all up, this table really shows the incredible leap we're about to take in just 1 year. We're going from AI that creates and summarizes to AI that executes and decides. Our role is shifting from being a micromanager who has to prompt every single step to being a strategist who just sets the goals. And most critically, we're moving from isolated read-only AI to fully connected systems that have the power to write, to actually act in the real financial world.
Look, we are building tools with power and autonomy like we've never seen before. We are, in a very real sense, about to hand over the keys to our economy to these digital employees. And when we do that, the real question isn't going to be about how smart they are. The real question is going to be about how wise we are.